James Lee, a character who doesn't fight to survive, but because PJJ verse needed a final boss. Today I'm gonna teach you how to fight like James Lee without godlike genetics or becoming a supervillain. There are 3 sectors I'm gonna cover in this video which are gonna help you fight like James Lee. First of all, his fighting style. Second of all, his tactics. And third of all, his physique. Yeah, from now on, every character I analyze, every fighting style I analyze, I'm gonna include the character's physique. All this time I was gone like preparing for boards exam, I actually did a side task and learned about the fitness industry, so I know many fitness exercises that will help you fight like your favorite fictional character. James Lee is a really confident character and his fighting style really depends on his confidence. Bro is so confident that he finished Elder Rings blindfolded. When he fights, it's like he knows his opponent's next 3 moves and their grocery list. Because he can read his opponent's move. So, the first thing, his fighting style is foresight. Like James Lee has a lot of foresight. It comes from his experience of bullying people. He's a counter-attacker who waits for his opponents to strike first, then he strikes. He likes to keep a long-range distance and only closes up when he feels like he can actually like hit his opponent a precise shot. And whenever James Lee attacks with his invis attacks, he always targets a weak point, just like the real-life martial art Jeet Kune Do does. In Jeet Kune Do, whenever the practitioners strike, they always strike a weak point. Just like James Lee does with his invis attacks, he always targets a weak point. James Lee is a really athletic fighter. Like, bro starts flying every 2 panels. Like, how large did he jump in this panel? It's like gravity took a break. So let's put him to earth and show some respect to Newton, and let's focus on the actual things we can copy. First of all, his footwork. Whenever I see James Lee's footwork and head work, I think about 2 fighters, Dominic Cruz and Lordzilla. Especially the Dominic Cruz, because your head movement depends on your footwork, but your footwork doesn't depend on your head movement. Head movement is basically 80% footwork, so focus on your footwork. Here are a few drills you can do to improve your footwork and make it more like James Lee, or you can follow Dominic Cruz's real life fighting videos to get some inspiration or to see how to implement those footworks in real life fighting. Next of all, James Lee's invis attacks. These attacks come out of nowhere, just like student loans. So whenever you're attacking, don't focus on like how hard I will punch or really hard punches. Be relaxed. Be relaxed and focus on speed and strength rather than like just raw power. The basic attacks James Lee uses are the rising kick, the toe kicks, and the flicker jabs. I only saw him punching like 3 times throughout the entire lookism. Most of the time he just uses his kicks. And bro always has his hands down. Also, if you want to fight like James Lee, focus on your smirk, because smirking adds 5+ damage. Like, bro doesn't just fight, he makes his opponent feel like they can't do anything. They're useless against his speed. Now, the basic tactics to fight like James Lee. James Lee uses one simple tactic which is called baiting. Basically, James Lee wants his opponent to come to him instead of him going to his opponent. So what James Lee does is like he has his hands down and he's always smirking, like he's taunting his opponent, saying that you are beneath me, peasant. And so his opponents get angry and attack him, and they feel desperate to attack him. So whenever his opponent attacks him, he just relaxes his body, uses his footwork to dodge and strike fast with his invis attacks. That's basically the only tactic James Lee uses, but he has used it so much and gained so experience from using it, he has perfected this tactic. Another thing I say is that James Lee will just stand there, and whenever his opponent is like moving towards him with full force, he will just throw a rising kick and just knock his opponents out. That's a good tactic, but it's not really useful in real life because the opponent can just come and low kick you before you even a chance to throw a rising kick. So I will specially recommend to always dodge and always be on the move. James Lee's physique. Whenever I see James Lee's physique, it reminds me of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee doesn't have really big mass or really big muscle, but what he is, his physique focuses on explosive strength and speed, just like James Lee's. So basically you have to be skinny strong and focus on plyometric and isometric exercises as well as strength training. Not like weightlifting, but actual strength training. Exercises that build functional strength like calisthenics. I put some exercises on the screen you can do to build functional strength, such as the arm squat, clapping push-up, bear crawl. If you have a medicine ball or a football, just do medicine ball or football throws, whatever you have. And to build the speed, you can do weighted shadow boxing. Basically, whenever you're shadow boxing, wear a bag, take a bag, wear it in your bag and just shadow box. This will force your body to become faster, because the more weight you put on your body, the more pressured it is, and the slower you will get, and your body will eventually adapt to its normal speed. So when you remove the weight, you will be faster than before. So yeah, that's how you fight like James Lee and not become a super villain. I know I've been gone for a really while because I had board exams, but from now on I'm gonna post regularly. I start a few new series. So yeah, you can look forward to a lot of things. And again, if you have any complaints or anything you want me to improve in my videos or any new video ideas, you can comment down below. And if I made you smile even a little bit throughout the entire video, please consider subscribing, because I hope I can make you smile in the future as well. So that will be it for today's video. Work hard and smile.